I couldn't breathe and I couldn't call for help. My vision blurred and I felt weak. I didn't expect this reaction. All I needed was a little burn on my face. My strength drained. Will I die like this? Mom, save me, I whispered and fainted. Dad abandoned us before I was born, but in 2 years Fred became my father. He married Mom and became my best friend. We were so happy, but 3 months ago, Fred suddenly left. His note said of a new woman and of big love. We were shocked, not knowing how to carry on after such a betrayal. In few weeks, I gained weight and Mom got badly depressed. One day, I couldn't recognize Mom. She entered the living room wearing her best clothes, with makeup, groomed, and claimed she was an Insta-diva now. Mom, you're so attractive! Wow! She immediately streamed for her subscribers and was victorious. So that's what she lacked. Mom inspired me and I decided to create an app for single people who seek companionship and support during their dark times. Everything got well. The streams paid nicely, so Mom didn't have to work. She definitely had a talent. Her subscribers amount rocketed, and so did the commercial offers. One stream, Mom suddenly introduced me. Hey, it wasn't the deal. One of her subscribers commented, I was a fat toad in comparison with Mom. What? Mom got confused, but figured it out fast. Soon, my daughter will be as beautiful as I am, or I delete my account. Seems you got too excited. After the stream, she claimed it was about time I changed. The queen must have a princess for a daughter, and it was her account at stake. But Mom, it was your promise, not mine. She never listened. And so, endless beauty procedures, spa, massage, sauna, beauty salons, and strict diet started. I had to replace my fave pizza with celery and greenery. I had no time to study and to see my friends who helped writing the app. And then Mom claimed time indeed was short and I had to take a year off at university. What? But I don't want this. I want to study. I have a project to finish. Seemed I was talking to a wall. The next day I learned the year off was drawn up. And now I had to go to gym instead of university to increase the fat burning. Mom watched my every step, even watched me training. Do you really value your account more than me? I can't take this anymore. I need to act. And I got an idea. If I cut my hair, I'll be the toad again. Mom won't let me go to a hairdresser, so I need to do it myself. I looked for the scissors, but couldn't find any. How strange. After several hours of searching, I understood Mom had hidden all sharp objects so that I couldn't cut my hair. My throat clenched and I cried. The next morning, Mom left for a commercial photo shoot and I called my friends to come. How much I've missed you all. We'd spent the whole day working on the app and even managed to launch the beta version. Guys were starving and offered to order some pizza. Oh, if Mom finds out. Okay, let's just eat fast and clean all the evidence. I attacked the pizza and gulped one slice after another, almost without chewing. And then Mom returned. Game over. Mommy, I've just tried it. She exploded in fury, shouting, expelled my friends and prohibited me to see them again. Hell no! My friends are all that's left for me from my life. They've been helping me with my app while you were streaming, never giving a damn about me. Mom behaved as a freak. She grabbed me and dragged me into the room, saying I must be a looker the next day as she had the deal with her subscribers. Moreover, if I look 100%, a big beauty brand will offer us a major contract. No, I won't participate. It's a hunger strike. Mom replied it would benefit me. It would be good to detoxicate before the next day. Nonsense! I don't care. My app is about to be launched. That's way more important than your streams. Then Mom gave me an icy look and my heart sank. Suddenly she grabbed my laptop and locked it up. I had no time to do anything. I just was taken aback. Give it back! All my life is there! It was the last straw. I still had time to disfigure myself before the next day. I was desperately looking for an expired concealer or any other makeup product. Overturned the entire bathroom, but all in vain. And then I saw the bleach. That's it. To have a burn, I needed to apply it to my face and wait for the effect. Suddenly I felt intense burning and my throat clenched, making it hard to breathe. I was scared. My vision blurred and I felt so weak. I never thought the reaction would be that strong. I only needed a small burn. I gasped for air and fell on the floor. Mommy, save me. Please, save me. I came to my senses in a hospital with crying mom near me. The bad burn on my face had put me in the ICU for an entire week. In the meanwhile, mom tried my app. She wrote her first husband abandoned her 15 years ago, her second one did the same 3 months ago, and now she nearly lost her daughter. Soon dozens of strangers wrote her words of support. People were sharing similar stories. Mom apologized sincerely, but I wasn't mad at her anyway. Instagram only helped her to get over with the pain of betrayal. After my discharge, we returned to normal life. Mom supported my work on the app and helped promoting it on the web. I was so happy to do what I loved and to be myself. Like the video, subscribe and give us a like. Support the channel. Thank you.
Out of fright, I ran to the basement in the hope that she would definitely not find me there. I didn't know what to do with myself. I found a corner, sat down there, hugged my knees and closed my eyes. My body was all in goosebumps. I was trembling with fear because if they found me, I would be done. Suddenly, the basement door opened and I saw the same silhouette. A sign with the name of the next city was left behind. We were moving again. To be honest, I was already very tired of this. But Mom promised that this move would be the last. We drove up to the house. Nothing special, just an ordinary tenement falling down shack. We were unloading the car when suddenly someone greeted us. I turned around. There was a tall and very handsome boy standing in front of us. He also looked about 17. I couldn't even catch my breath. After all, he looked like he belonged on a magazine cover. I wanted to wave to him, but Mom immediately grabbed my hand and abruptly dragged me home. Don't talk to him. You don't know him, she said then. You know, I wasn't even surprised and just went to equip the room. A few boring weeks passed and now autumn came. There was Halloween a few days later, and it was time for the holiday. I was lying in the room as always, since I couldn't go out anywhere. And suddenly, something flew into my window. I hesitantly approached the small bundles. They turned out to be sweets in bright wrappers. Happy Halloween was written on one of them. Wow. The smiling neighbor was looking at me again outside the window. Everything inside me fluttered. Well, at last, something interesting was happening in my life. The boy left, but returned a second later, holding a piece of paper in his hands. I squinted and read, Caleb. Well, nice to meet you. I rushed to my desk and hastily tore out a notebook sheet. Millie. I wrote in large letters. He smiled and wanted to write something else to me, but I heard someone call Caleb from the depths of his house. He left and I was still standing at the window and could not digest what had happened. Elated, I turned around and saw Mom, who just stood there frozen and was staring at me. I almost died of fright, but I was even more afraid because I didn't know how long she had been standing there. She slowly came up to me, tears involuntarily welled up in my eyes. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? What did I tell you? She shouted 3 times. I didn't know what to say and wanted to cry. She grabbed my hand and with the words, "Go to the playroom," dragged me there. Oh my god, not that, not in the playroom. I shouted, "I don't want to play, I don't want to." I almost begged. But she didn't care. She went into the playroom, she put me on a chair, and she left the room. It was very creepy in the playroom. There was one high chair, a bunch of creep toys, and a huge portrait of my mother. I sat there for about 10 minutes, wiping away my tears, when suddenly she came back. But she began to circle around me in my dress, shouting all sorts of words. "Why don't we play? Where's my doll? You're a bad mother." I was very scared. I started crying again. She kept spinning and screaming. Then she began to make terrible children's laughter and the same terrible crying. It was unbearable, so it went on until the morning. Mom, to put it mildly, was out of her mind. And this was how she punished me. But she enjoyed it herself. I felt devastated every time, but I was warmed by the fact that I met the nice neighbor, Caleb. The next evening, I was waiting for a message from Caleb again. He would come today, wouldn't he? My heart was pounding like crazy. Why was I so excited? Suddenly, I heard a knock downstairs. I quickly ran downstairs, hoping it was Caleb, but it was just a courier. I won't deny I was very upset. An hour passed, and he still wasn't there. I think I was imagining too much for myself. My life would never get more interesting. But suddenly, something flew into my window again. I wanted to jump with happiness. This time, there was a small letter attached to the candy. Caleb told a little about himself and his family. I quickly wrote him an answer, but my letter was short. I didn't really want to tell about my life with my mom. Nevertheless, Caleb smiled as he was reading. Now every evening, we exchanged messages. We also agreed to wear paired costumes for Halloween. He would be Jason Voorhees and I'd be Michael Myers. That same day, I sat and hid Michael's costume. A couple of days later, Mom went shopping again, locking me up as usual. But then I heard a knock on the window on the first floor again. Cautiously, I went to the kitchen window. Caleb was standing behind it. He motioned for the window to be opened. Mom would kill me. But Caleb didn't back down. I timidly pulled the handle. The next moment, Caleb picked me up and dragged me out of the house. "Let's go to the park and have an ice cream," he asked cheerfully. I just nodded, embarrassed. At the same time, I was afraid that Mom would find out everything, but I went with Caleb anyway. What if this was the last chance? I thought and decided not to miss it. I just needed to come before my mom. The next few hours were the best of my life. Caleb gave me delicious treats and showed me his favorite places in the city. I had never felt so comfortable before. Damn, but I had to go home. The main thing was to get ahead of Mom. But before we reached my house, my mom ran out of it. She literally grabbed me and pushed me into the corridor. She screamed at Caleb that she would call the police. I went bright red with shame. Mom slammed the door. Caleb and I didn't even have time to say goodbye. Out of fright, I ran to the basement. I didn't know what to do with myself. I found a corner and hid there. My body was all in goosebumps. I was trembling with fear because if she found me, I would be done. Suddenly, the basement door opened, and I heard her come in. She was walking with small steps through the basements. I was carefully choking on my tears. At some point, I stopped hearing footsteps. Carefully wanted to see where she was, but when I came out of the corner, I immediately saw her sinister face. I started screaming in horror. Mom grabbed me and dragged me to the playroom. She dragged me all over the house. I didn't stop crying. Mom put me on the chair and suddenly took out a hair trimmer. At this point, I calmed down and just started begging her not to do it, but she shaved me bald with a smile on her face. After that, she locked me in the playroom and did not let me out anymore. This was my new room now. A few days later, the long-awaited Halloween came. On Halloween night, I was especially sad. It was just unbearable to look at all these happy children in costumes. I wanted to howl with frustration. I was watching everything from the window of the playroom, and all my thoughts were about Caleb. He probably bombarded my room with letters. I was distracted from my thoughts by a new character outside the window. Jason Voorhees was walking down the street. Fake blood was even dripping from his machete. His costume was really scary. Yes, It was Caleb. I just looked at him and imagined myself next to him. He stopped at our house and was waiting for me. How I wanted to be with him. I wanted this more than anything in my life. But suddenly, he waved to someone and opened his arms. I looked around and saw someone in a Michael Myers costume. Strange. Because it was my idea. It must be his friend, I thought. They hugged and Caleb pointed in the direction of the houses, began to leave, and motioned for Michael to come with him. Michael took a step forward, then stopped, raised his head, and looked sharply straight at me. I couldn't believe my eyes. It was my mom. She stole my costume and went out to Caleb. And I was watching all this, locked in the game room. Mom was slowly but surely becoming me. Did you like the video? Subscribe and like it. Support the channel. Thank you.